do you find that people that are talking on video to a camera struggle more than people that are on stage talking to a group of people?
Interesting question. Interesting question. And I can speak on this particular case on behalf of myself.
Okay.
I am not a stage person, you know. I can work in front of camera day in and out. You put me on stage, I'm like, I'm not sure. Even though I know the concepts, right? I'm not sure I flow the same way on stage as I do on camera. Yeah. It is very, very interesting. You know, I noticed that about myself just recently. And I'm like, why am I getting stressed? I think I know what I'm doing, but why am I getting stressed?
It's a different medium. It's very
different. A different medium. Obviously, you have to, you know, fill in the stage with your big presence. You have to connect with the audience. You really have to be bigger. In the frame, you have to be smaller. As long as your eyes connect, especially in the virtual environment. I'm not talking, you know, in an interview setup here in studio, but in the virtual environment, as long as your eyes connect, you're already have done the job. So to answer your question, I go back to it all comes down to the personality, right? And that's one of the key process steps that I go after. You know, if you really don't want to adopt the camera, you shouldn't. Because if that's not your medium, let's just make you a great storyteller on stage instead. You know, if you have boardroom meetings, if you have investor meetings, if you have events that you go to and do keynotes, let's make you great in that. And then, you know, later on, maybe a year or 2 years later, let's revisit the video part. You know, maybe your company has grown and you must adopt the video. You can't hide anymore behind, you know, whatever. you have to elevate your presence through that medium as well, right? Because a lot of what we do these days is digital. You know, communication has become more digital, so you can't really not think about adopting that medium. But I'm the type who would not push if somebody is not very comfortable. I can sense the level of their comfort, you know, and let's say if it becomes uncoachable and frustrating for them, I say, you know what, let's stop, let's revisit this, you know, 3 months later. 4 months later, whatever the case is, you know, because at that point, they will have had time to digest the feelings, digest the medium, probably maybe even do their own research and watching somebody else that they admire, how they, you know, kind of like give them that space to really get used to the idea and brave up again to do it and try it out.